Hi guys, and welcome to the Leicester vs Sunderland match review. So Sunderland have just hit their third defeat on the bounce at the hands of league leaders Leicester. Now, I'm not going to be screaming and shouting in this match review because we lost. One, because I'm ill. You might be able to tell by my voice I've been ill for the last few days. Pretty much since that horrific display at Stoke, I've been absolutely minging. I've been vile, so I'm probably going to keep this one short and sweet. But you know, when we lose games, of course, it's frustrating, it's annoying, but the bare minimum I like to see is our players putting in a performance, or at least bare minimum putting their 100% effort in, and I saw that this evening. There was plenty of frustrating performances out of there, but I didn't see a lack of effort or a lack of trying or a lack of passion. You know, I didn't see that, so I'm not going to sit here and scream and moan about that. I can moan about little things that didn't go our way, which I'm probably going to. But, you know, going into this game, a lot of people saw it as a free hit. I saw it as more of a test of where these players are. And I think if, from a neutral perspective, watching that game this evening, you might have struggled at times to work out who is, you know, the team that's come down from the Premier League. Of course, when there's proper quality on show, like Leicester do have, at times, it was clear to see who it was. But, I mean, just generally, I felt like we competed in almost every aspect. You know, we conceded a really, really poor goal from a corner 10, 11 minutes in. And I said, you know, after about 6 or 7 minutes into the game, I actually said online, on social media, I said, in this opening 7 minutes, I've seen more energy in the lads now than I had for the entire 90 over the weekend. And that was true, because there was no pressing over the weekend. Everyone was walking around over the weekend against Stoke. They looked lost. Whereas within 5-6 minutes, you know, we were creating half chances. We look really well drilled, and we're chasing everything down, which I know, you know, logically and realistically you can't do that. You can't have like a harsh 100% press for 90 minutes of a game. It's not going to happen. But we were really pressing him. We looked like we were a unit, and we were knitted and compact, and I liked that. We actually got a really decent chance early doors. It fell to Jack Clark, back post, and he's had loads. He's at an angle, don't get me wrong, but you'd expect him to either hit one side or the other to the keeper. He's gone for the near post and hit it straight at the keeper. But they've gone up the other end, got themselves a corner, and again, I said this online, when we can see corners, it may as well be a penalty. It may, because our set-piece defending is horrible. It really is horrible. It improved in the second half when set-pieces were coming in. But every game we're conceding from a set-piece, it's that poor. It's almost a zonal marking, but we just leave our man, you know. Justin, I think 09 was originally defending him. He's got away from 09 very, very easily, and then Bellingham, Job hasn't really committed to his jump, and then Justin, it's a good header, but we've made it piss easy for him. Absolutely piss easy for him. 1-0 Leicester, then we're chasing the game, but for the remainder of that first half, we looked really, really dangerous, particularly in the break. Their couple of chances they did have were very good chances, and we're very fortunate. Patterson made a couple of outstanding saves, one onto his near post, one onto his far post as well. So we were fortunate not to go 3-0 down, but it weren't like we weren't making chances in between, because we were making little half chances. It was just little things that weren't going our way. You know, Dhannoo towards the back end of that first half. Looking at the replay now, he's took the ball away from his man, and it was 100% a penalty. Don't get the ball whatsoever. Completely takes out Dhannoo. But I think because we didn't claim too harshly for it, Dhannoo made a bit of a claim for it. But I think he was probably shitting himself, because last time he said anything to a referee, he got sent off. So I think he just had a word with the Leicester defender. But on the replays, it's 100%, and even commentators who were absolutely up the arseholes of Leicester all evening, they were actually saying yes, it was actually a Sunderland penalty as well. But it's just another thing that doesn't go our way. You know, Patrick Roberts, you know, and I always say this about players, that it frustrates me when attacking players who I know have quality, you know, they just show the ball to a defender and then they go backwards. Show the ball and go backwards. So I always say, if they do at least try and make something happen and they lose the ball, I don't mind. But dear God, I think Patrick Roberts, he looks probably one of our most dangerous players. Yeah, he probably had, I wish there was a stat here, how many dribbles and how many times he lost it. Because I think he probably went for about 20 to 25 dribbles this evening and lost 24. Because he'd like nearly take his man and then lose it. Or he'd refuse to pass the ball, then lose it. Or he'd run it out for a corner and lose it. You know, it's just happening time and time and time again. And I just feel like there was little moments where we just weren't on the right wavelength. Where there was a time in that first half, we're breaking forward. It's pretty much 3-on-3. I think Roberts were actually making an incredible run on the far side. Because what I think it was Justin that was doing it, or was it? No, it was Pereira on the left-hand side. What he does what Troy Hume does as an inverted fullback. He'll, on attack, he will tuck into the midfield, and he hadn't tracked back onto his left back position yet, so Roberts was in acres of space on the right hand side. If Joe stuck his head up, he would have seen that Roberts was through on goal, but instead he's got his head down and then he starts waving his arms around as if to say, there's no one moving. When there was, Roberts was right next to him, give the ball, then he gives it backwards. Just little things like that. He's not looking up properly, which he'll get with time. He's still only a very, very young lad. Half the team are. But yeah, second half, I think we were with a better side. I think we had 0 shots on target, but about 8 or 9 shots. Stats aren't everything, I know they're not, but we just more than competed, so I'm proud of the lads. We more than competed. Frustrating where we did make chances. Again, when Bar come on, we brought a striker off and left us with no striker again. He brought Hamir on, Tony Mowbray brought Hamir on with 60 seconds remaining, which dumbfounding really. I don't know, but there was a chance that a loose ball ran through. Pritchard managed to sort of tip it around the keeper. Bar at an angle, don't get me wrong, but you need him to hit the target there. Open goal pretty much, but he just needs to hit the target, at least somehow work the keeper as the keeper's kind of fumbling to get back to his goal, and he's thumped it over the bar. Other little half chances, it just doesn't quite fall for us. And then they managed to see it out for a very, very good 1-0 win. They're not going to complain. But they had quality riddled throughout their side. You could see that. But I'm proud of the lads that we did really put in a shift. Frustrating maybe certain chances or little things that should have gone our way and little passes that didn't go our way. The referee, he was awful for both sides, to be fair. Absolutely god-awful. He always is, that ref. But fair play to Leicester. They're going to absolutely walk the league. You can see, they might say, the fans might say that they had a bit of an off day today. In the first half, I think they were very good. You could see, on another day, they could have been 3 or 4-0 up at half-time, because when they do make chances, they do really commit to it, and they look so, so unbelievably dangerous. But I think all we need is that clinical touch and that striker up top, and that's just the one thing we didn't bring in the summer. We brought in a load of kids who we're just not playing. We started Burstow, who is weak as piss, against this, with the big lads at the back at, for Leicester. They had an absolute piss easy time with him. Absolutely piss easy, because he has to come deep for it, and he's just getting shoved off the ball, rolled off the ball really easy, because he is just a child. But that's the frustrating thing. I think if we had a striker, we'd be all right. They had, Iheanacho starting, and they had Vardy on the bench. They have loads of players that they could stick around their front three, and at the moment we just have wingers who are all trying to be heroes. Clark, handful of times, should have passed the ball, but he's gone for goal himself, or he's lost the ball on the edge. Patrick Roberts has said a million times, all it is at the moment, even when our run's going in the middle, we refuse to give it, because you've got Clark, who, don't get me wrong, half the time, and he's been brilliant so far this season, he can produce moments of magic, but we've got too many players that want to be heroes, that want to be that star man, and just not give the simple pass, because we're ignoring the simple passes. But yeah, I'll leave it at that, guys. My head is absolutely pounding. I'm really not well. But yeah, it's never nice to see the lads lose 3 games in a bounce. And we've only got more difficult games coming up, but I'm hoping that we can, of course, change that. But I'm not going to sit here being absolutely seething with that performance, because I think we've shown a lot tonight. Proud of him. On another night, we would have come away with something, but we didn't. But that's just Leicester for you. Very good side, and they're going to win the league. They're going to piss it. So yeah, so that's it, guys. This weekend, for this weekend's game, I won't be about it. It's my birthday this weekend. Hopefully I'm well for it, but I'm going to be busy all weekend, so there won't be any previews or reviews. But yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please hit the like button for me, and leave a comment down below what you thought about the game yourself. But if you are new, subscribe. Take care. Stay jammy.